Let's pray. Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for all that you've done for us, through us, Lord. We thank you for all the people that are here tonight. Lord, we thank you for us being able to do the business of the county. Lord, I pray this blessings over each and every one of us as we go through the night. We uplift you, honor you, to give you all the glory. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. I now open up Swain County Board of Commissioners work session, call to order, August 5th, 2025, 5:30 p.m. Gunner, you lead us in our pledge, sir.
Face the colors. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. All right, we got items up for discussion. We've got a couple of things to add into the agenda tonight. You guys are all right with that. We'll move county managers, commissioners reports, and informal discussion down. Move in the interlocal agreement with the town on the fire marshal. And then we'll also add Swain County Schools HVAC Article 46. If that's all right with you guys. We'll put that as D and E, and then we'll move county manager, commissioner, and informal F, G, and H. Items up for discussion are department head reports. First up is the Family Resource Center.
Good evening. Each of you should have received our written report, but I'll just highlight a few things off of it, and then you can ask whatever questions you have. This past year, we served 266 families with 719 individuals, and that was through anything from basic needs to rent assistance, power, food, any crisis management situation. We had 54 families that completed our evidence-based parent education programs, and we case managed 102 families. We brought in $302,000 in grants that went directly to assist citizens in Swain County through these services. And we also went through a national and state accreditation, which was the first year that we've been able to do that. We have 4 employees, 15 volunteers, and a part-time employee. We did 1,100 resource and referrals, and the holiday assistance was about 512 families that we assisted this year. So most of you know what we do, and you have a written report, but if you have questions or anything you want to ask me.
Anybody got a question? Anything?
What was there increase or anything just because of the hurricane that moved
There
through?
was.
I'm
We
sure
had
you saw a few extra
We did
people.
have, and I didn't include all those numbers in here because a lot of that, the donations that
Right.
the county received, we gave out not only to our residents here, but we also had residents that were staying here short term. And we also house stuff for other counties. So we had other churches, resource center stuff coming and picking up truckloads of stuff. So there was a lot of manhandling, but that is not included in the numbers. This is just truly who we helped in Swain County. I can get those numbers if you'd like to see them.
It's not necessary, and I knew that, if anybody needs help, they can come to y'all, and if you can't provide it, you can show them where they can get help.
We try.
Right, I appreciate that. I think it's a good
Everybody
program.
good? Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. Have a good evening.
Next up is Marianne Black, Library.
How are y'all?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks for having me. I haven't been here in a while, so I have a longer report than you just heard, but I'm not going to go over every page. So to differentiate, Ellen Snodgrass has been coming. She's been talking about the project. I'm going to talk about day-to-day operations of the library. So I'm super happy to inform you all that personnel is great right now at the library. Everyone who's working at the library today, we have 3 full-time, 3 part-time, has been there for over a year. and I have everyone sort of listed there. I'm going to do just one of these, and I've been there for 20 years in September, which I would have never guessed would be me 19 years ago. So super happy to be still in this position and running the library. Moving along, the youth services still going strong. We do all the things that you think that we would be doing and more. I'm just going to highlight that we still do story times and songs every Thursday morning. We have STEAM programs in the afternoons on Thursdays. And then we have a lot of different special programs. One thing I'm going to highlight that's been very popular are scavenger hunts. Children come in, they love to pick up the scavenger hunt, look around for every clue, and then of course they get a prize and gets them getting to know the library a little bit better. We had a solar eclipse program last year. I don't know if you all remember. We had the really big one a few years back that actually we had totality here. But last year was not that, but we still had an excellent program with a lot of people attending, even though it wasn't totality. They really enjoyed that. On page 2 with adult services, this is very popular at our library. We do low impact fitness every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 1 until about 2 o'clock. It's called Chair Fitness. Mainly seniors are coming. Ginger has a regular crowd, anywhere between 6 and 12 people coming every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Of course, it's free to the community. Ginger also does craft afternoons. She's been doing those for a number of years. Another program that's been going on for almost 20 years is our community music jams. We do those every first and third Thursday throughout the year, and it allows folks to come with their own instruments, play along with each other in a jam circle. One person chooses a tune and we all play together, and it goes around the circle, and we all have a great time. It's been a very successful program. It's kind of ebbed and flowed, but for whatever reason, right now, we're getting like 35 people every single time, and it's sort of amazing that's happening right now. Some other special adult programs. We have done some CPR training, and this CPR training was free to the community. John O'Brien, if you know him from Medic Force, he's done this a couple of times for us. We also did a sign language course, did a full 6-week course on sign language free at the library. The gentleman back here, who you know is just maybe a thorn in your side, maybe not, Fred Crawford. He's also a local beekeeper, and he did a program. He's done a couple of programs for us, but he did a great program this summer on bees and beekeeping. So NC Works, we are partnering with them, and they have been in our library every Tuesday and Thursday for a few years now, since 2022. And they're there all day long from 10 until 4:30, and it's basically their office for Swain County. In Jackson County, they have an office. In Haywood County, they have an office, and in Macon. But here in Swain, they've kind of gone a lot of different places, but for the last 3 years, they've been in the library twice a week, all day long, and that's been very successful as well. I'll mention the project with this because as soon as we have our own little private spaces, you know, the little tutor rooms or cooperative workspaces, that's where NC Work will be able to go and kind of have a more private conversation with folks who are unemployed. Sometimes I hear, from my office, I can sometimes hear folks who are coming in and, you know, it probably should be a little bit more confidential than what's in the public library. We've been doing blood drives for a long time, and we're going to take a break because of the project, but we have some great numbers. We've done 31 blood drives since 2019 with collecting 711 units over 22 different drives. We really picked it up during COVID times. A lot of folks had to cancel their blood drives, so we picked up those cancellations. We were doing blood drives about every month or every couple of months instead of every quarter. During Hurricane Helene, I'm on page 5. So during Helene, we had to close the library, of course, this probably the same day that most of our, which was that Thursday, and we closed early on Thursday and closed on Friday, the 27th. But our Wi-Fi did not turn off during that time, and we did not lose connectivity. So I have some numbers here that are kind of crazy numbers. In 3 days, we had 1,700 logins into our Wi-Fi. That was Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then on Monday, when things started to become a little bit more normal, the cell tower started to work again. It definitely petered out. I mean, we always have folks logging onto our Wi-Fi, but just as an example, in September of 2023, the year before, we had 1,742 logins for the whole month. So in 3 days, we did basically what we do in 30 days during Helene. Also, when you can't watch movies on Netflix or your favorite streaming, next thing you know, our DVDs are going out the door as well. So a lot of DVD checkouts and puzzle checkouts too. They just kind of flew up there. So we definitely served our community during those really tough days during the hurricane, the aftermath of the hurricane. We applied for a grant through Southwestern Commission for digital inclusion. It was a $75,000 grant, and this was just for Swain County. In fact, it was because I'm on the broadband committee, and we created a Swain County digital inclusion plan. So everything that happened was based on that plan from our broadband committee. We purchased 20 Chromebooks and 20 hotspots to go along with those Chromebooks, and then 20 more hotspots just to circulate into the community. Those were to circulate for 3 months at a time, and that was a very successful program. We were also able to, with the $75,000, hire 3 digital navigators, and they came to the library 2 times a week, and also went to the senior center and provided tech talks. So for a couple of hours a week, they were at the senior center, and a few hours a week, they were at the library. And we helped out 177 people, just kind of coming in saying, I got this iPad, I don't know how to use it. I have this cell phone that I don't know how to log on to and use for my email. Any question, actually, you can bring in your laptop or anything. They did not do hardware diagnostics, but just help folks log in, create accounts, figure out the issues, technology issues they were having. They also provided these digital navigators 6-week classes. So we did a couple of classes at our elementary schools, and we also did some in the library and at the senior center. Those went very well as well. Moving on to page 7, we have juvenile limited cards now. Starting on May 1st of this year, a parent has an option to come in and get their child a library card. And if they sign up for this particular type of card, a child will be able to only check out books from the children's section, will not be able to go to any other section of the library to check out books. And that goes up until they are the age of 15 years old. We started that in May. I have a few numbers here, but Mariana has 9 folks who have signed up for that. And that was as the date that I submitted this a couple weeks ago. I submitted this report. And I just wanted to talk about not so much the expansion project that's coming up and that we're all going to be experiencing at the library, but how we're planning to run the library during the expansion project, expansion and renovation. So because we're moving out from into our front yard, we will not have our youth services area. That is right there, right on the wall that is going to be kind of knocked down eventually. So we have to move everything out of our youth services area and bring it into another area of the library. We're going to have to also change our entrance to the library. I have some drawings here. I think that they're, unless I sat down and kind of pointed at things, they're kind of difficult to look at, but we have figured out a way to get everything from that area. It's going to be cozy, it's going to be cramped, but everything is going to come into another section of the library. And that's the way we'll be for the first phase of the project. The first phase is construction. The second phase is renovation. And in that phase, we will be working out of our new community room. So just one, I think 1,200 square foot room will be our library for about 4 to 6 months. That's going to be difficult to provide the services that we normally provide, but it will be for a short amount of time and we'll do the best we can. Mainly going to be the best sellers, a large shelving unit for holds. Folks will be just placing holds from other libraries. We'll be gathering them, come in and pick up your holds. And we'll be working that way. Limited services, but still some library services during that time. I have an appendix on there of just all the different services we provide. I'm not going to go through that, but I also have this other page of some of the things you might not realize we do. We have a notary service at the library. We also have a blood pressure kit that you can check out if you need to. If you think you only need a blood pressure kit for a week or two, you don't need to go buy one. You can just get one at the library. We have hotspots at the library, which I already mentioned. 10 pages, I don't know how many minutes, but I'm open to questions.
You guys got any questions?
Been extremely
You've
busy.
done a good job explaining everything, so.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, y'all.
Appreciate it.
I have a question. When you said that children can have a card and only check out of the children's section,
That's the second part, yes.
I understand, but then my question is, what made you pick 15 if they're children? Why that age?
16, up to 15. I think I misspoke. 16
Okay.
is the age.
Yeah.
And at 16, well, first of all, the young adult area is open to all teenagers, but at 16. But what is the age? You can be kind of an independent.
I mean, I was reading encyclopedias when I was young.
Sure.
I mean, so blocking them from that access is.
They're not blocked. It's a choice by their parent.
But it's not
Parent.
children's section.
Yeah. A parent has a choice. Parent has a choice to not. They get to choose.
Is the age that we decided.
We don't decide, a parent decides. A parent can also have a regular card and can choose to allow their child to have a normal card, a card that they will get in. It's up to the parent.
The 15 got me because we're most.
Yeah,
And then
it's
so,
including
I mean, if a child sitting there and wanting to enhance his knowledge, he can only do it in children's books, is what caught me kind of for children.
That's correct.
Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't go read about the 11-year-old, I couldn't go get an encyclopedia. Then that's why it's.
If you have a limited juvenile. That's right.
Okay.
And again, that is a choice by a parent, not
Yeah,
all.
okay. The age just caught me, that's why. Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions? Are we good?
Next up will be Swain County Schools property purchase. Mr. Sell, you come up, please.
Several years ago, whenever the opportunity to build a school on Black Hill became evident, there was also conversation about how much property was available there. And at that time, the property that was part of that agreement was 14 acres. As we began to look at the design of the school and to consider best layout, and also as we began to talk with our architect and our construction manager about what might be involved in the excavation of the land, although it looks very flat, there is still some elevation that would require some dirt moving. We found that there would be a cost of over $600,000 to move enough dirt off of the property and put it somewhere else, unless one of the pieces of property around there, which we had been offered in the past, was purchased so that we could push the dirt rather than haul the dirt. So the board gave me the authority to speak with the owners of a piece of property that is to the southwest and receive a price for that. At that time, the board decided that the price was too high and that we would try to find a different solution. Since that time, some other conversations have been had with that particular property owner and some others, and the price has come down significantly for more land. So we are requesting a resolution from the commissioners to support the purchase of this property. It's approximately 5 total acres at this point. It's 2.73 for the piece on the southwest. I think it's 273. And the upper piece is about 1.9, somewhere around that, for $525,000. The nice thing about that for all of you, in my opinion, is it's not going to cost the county a dime. We're not asking you for any money. We have been holding money in an account in Raleigh that comes from the North Carolina Lottery and have been allowing that to accumulate for the past 4 years. So at this point, we have the funding sitting there that we can draw down. We can buy these 2 pieces of properties. It will save us from having to pay a $600,000+ haul bill. It will also give us the opportunity to have a little more freedom in how we place buildings and parking. Without this piece of property, it will hold parking eventually after the dirt is moved. Without this piece of property, we're also going to have to be looking at how do we handle some of the water storage for water runoff, and it would very likely require an underground system that would cost somewhere, I believe, north of $200,000. So all total, when you look at the purchase of the property versus what it would cost to take care of all of those needs otherwise, it comes out to a savings from the construction bill of over $450,000. Plus that $525,000 is coming from a source that's sitting there that is not Swain County taxpayer money. So our board has already approved to make an offer on those 2 pieces of property. However, according to law, we have to come to you and ask for a resolution that we are allowed to move forward with that. Okay? So ultimately, we want to buy these 2 pieces of property. We need a resolution from you for that.
I'll make a motion that the board approves the
Let's-
resolution.
Let's talk about it just a minute. Would that be okay? with you?
Please, audience, I'm not trying to be rude, but we need to have this discussion up here and not out there. Okay? If you want to talk to Mr. Sell later on, pull him aside, talk to him, get questions, answers, whatever you need to do, go to his office. But we need to discuss this up here.
Mr. Chairman, who are we buying these 2 separate little pieces of property from?
There are two organizations, 2 companies. One is OGR Holdings and the other is Black Hill Properties.
Mike Drinkwater?
Mike Drinkwater has an investment in both of those, but there are also other investors along with him.
Mike Drinkwater's who we bought the original land, ain't it?
I believe that his name was in there. It was my understanding that Mark Fortner had the property when that transfer, those transactions happened.
And then Mr. Fortner, my understanding, Mr. Fortner had to buy some from Mike Drinkwater to come up with enough for us to build our school on.
I believe that you're correct on that, yes.
These little purple circles you got here, is that what we're going to buy?
I printed that out of your,
Is that what we're,
you'll have to,
Yes, where those circles are, those are the 2 pieces of property. Yes.
and one of them's a parking lot?
One of them will end up as a parking lot. It also allows for us to move dirt without having to haul it off-site.
But they'll both be
In the-
usable pieces of property.
On
Yes,
this,
they will.
on this other corner is a football field.
There is a track and a field that is positioned on that at this time, yes.
That'll be a football field.
It will be, the opportunity for that is there. There is conversation in the board right now about what is the best use of the funding that would go into that. There was a need for a practice field or an athletic field there for soccer and other organizations as well. There's also a conversation right now about the need for a larger gym space. So those two features are being priced out for future conversation with the board and the architect.
And could we not use that piece of property and solve your own problem without buying nothing else?
That will not give us the opportunity to have a place to place the dirt that needs to be moved off-site.
This other school, Swain County's requesting $59,750.50 for Article 46 fund raised by Swain County High School, needing a HVAC repair.
Yes, sir.
Is that right?
Yes, sir, it is.
But we're gonna use this money to buy more property. And where are we gonna get this 59,000? Is it
From the
gonna-
Article 46 revenue that comes in every year.
I think before this school is built on Black Hill,
Yes, sir.
we're all gonna be bankrupt. Plus the taxpayers one's gonna lose big time. But you've got a real good sales pitch, I'll give you that, Mark. You make things sound so simple.
I see it as an opportunity, Dave.
Shh,
Please,
let us talk, would
let
you
us talk,
please?
please. This is our board meeting.
I'm not for buying no more land from them.
I understand.
I mean, our county got burned up when we traded this out here for that. We traded a working plant that was worth just the tax value, $3,087,000, I think it was. And we're real close. We traded that for 18 acres of land. That would be how much an acre? Who's the math with? Are you on?
I'd have to use my calculator.
Do you see what I'm concerned about?
Yes, sir, I understand your concern.
The taxpayer just gets ripped off and thrown to the side. I would love to see you come in here, Mark, and say, man, we got all the money we need. Everything's going great. Y'all done a wonderful job. But it's never that way.
Well, right now, David, I am saying that we do have the money to purchase this property. And it's not costing the taxpayers of Swain County anything. It's lottery money.
What's going to happen when we start putting water lines and sewer in and you're done and burnt that lottery money
We
up?
can't use the lottery money for that unless it is on school property.
I'm not for buying no more land from Mike Drinkwater.
So there is restrictions what you use that money for.
Yes, sir, there is. It has to be for school projects, yeah.
Well, that would be a screwed project, wouldn't it, putting water and sewer?
Can't sell that off of school property to the state of North Carolina. Sorry.
Well, you can't sell this ideal to me.
Okay, I understand.
With your board, and how was your board's reactions? I didn't know about your board meeting.
On this particular piece, they're all for this. They see the opportunity that it provides. They see that it provides the opportunity to save money in excavation, and it gives us more flexibility on that piece of property. It was a unanimous agreement on this.
Anybody else got any comments, questions?
Mine's not so much on the property. Mine's on, do we have a plan? I haven't been part of these talks with town or anything. Do we have an idea of what the town is thinking about with water and sewer and how we're going to get that money for the project?
I've had several conversations with Nate Bowe and some conversation with Mr. Patilla about that. And I know that there is a plan that is going to be funded through grants to provide water.
Okay.
That will provide the flow that is needed and the pressure that is required for that. The school system will have a part in that, but it won't cost the school system anything. It's basically just using part of a piece of property that we already have to put a water tank on, okay? And I hesitate, Tanner, to speak too deeply about that
Right.
without having Nate here.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So I know that he has that in play now. Again, I hesitate to even use numbers on it, but it is all grant funded. All right. As far as the sewer is concerned, I think that everyone understands that they just received the opportunity for $9.25 million to go towards the sewer plant. But that money is not designed for the infrastructure. I have personally been in conversation with people in Raleigh from the Department of Environmental Quality and also with Senator Berger's office, pushing for funding, and we have their support. There is another grant that is available that we are researching right now for that very purpose, which is sewer infrastructure, to take care of that. So is there a plan? There are pieces of it that are drawn out in black and white. Yes. Are we still pursuing funding for that? It is not as daunting as it was a year ago.
Mr. Chuck, grants, that comes from the federal or the state, right? A grant.
Yes.
Is that,
Yes.
how do they come up with the taxpayer money?
Yes.
Taxpayer money.
Yes.
So it's not free money. It's all, we're gonna get this grant. It's not free money. Somebody's worked their butt off for it somewhere.
I don't
And
disagree
we
with you on
toss
that.
it around like it's a piece of, I don't know. Ain't no such thing as free money.
The way I look at it, it's not free money, but if we don't get it, somebody else is gonna use it.
Well, that's true too, but maybe somebody else will use it a little better than we do.
Well, I think anytime.
Sometimes when you go to the grocery store, the Ingles, you can't buy the name brand. You got to get the Loretta Lynn brand, the cheap one. But that's okay. I'm not for it.
So I'm looking at this comparison total, there's like $1,085,000
Yes.
for no additional side. 607,000 if we buy this side, so that is a savings of
477,000, almost 478.
Now, where did you get your figuring on moving the dirt? Who done that estimating from you for what it's going to cost to move the dirt?
From our architect and our construction manager.
Is that the company that would be moving the dirt?
No,
Have you put in for a company that would move the dirt?
no, that's not, we don't do that. That would be up to the construction manager, and they, by law, they are not allowed to bid this to themselves. They have to bid it out to another organization.
Well, you sure you can, I believe you could move a big old mountain cheaper than that. I mean, just off the top of my head, I believe your figures is wrong.
David, these are not my figures. These are the
I
figures of
believe
the
their
people that we're
figures
working
is
with.
wrong. You could move a mountain for what you're talking about. And there ain't a mountain
I
up
don't
there.
move dirt. Take that camera off of me, please. Okay. Do you have permission to use that? Well,
But
Pardon me.
Mr. Sales,
wow.
I,
let's get this point of order, we'll go back in order, we're talking about this subject right here.
yeah, Mr. Chairman, I have got no more questions. We'll vote on it or what we need to. Yeah, please let us, I'll argue for y'all. But please let us just do this. We can go home and I can eat supper.
Do you need a vote tonight, or can we table this and?
I think we table it and look at it a little bit.
Yeah,
That's fine.
if you don't mind.
The only other thing I've got to say, Mr. Chairman,
I said, I'll withdraw my motion.
Withdraw your motion.
We ought to look. I mean, that's a big price to move dirt. I know a little bit about it. That's bigger than a big price. That's a huge price. I mean, but it is a good sales pitch. It sounds real good. That's a big price.
If you look around at the property they're out using, Swain County, they ain't going one way. And there's not that much of it on the market.
How much are we wanting to give for that? What is it, nearly 3 acres, you said?
No, it's almost 5 acres,
How much was the
$525,000.
$500,000 for 5 acres of land?
A lot of places. you'll
5
pay-
acres of land, $500,000.
some places
How
you'll
much
pay
would that put
$0.
us in land if, that would put us at, we had 17 acres and I had 5, you know?
No, we have 14 acres and it'll put us at 19.
I thought we was gonna get 18 acres or something.
There are 14 acres that were part of the original agreement.
We traded 18 acres for 14 acres and a plant that was in operation.
That was the
Which
agreement.
terrible. Ever who made that deal, and I know who made that deal, it was terrible.
All right, so I say we table this, if that's all right with you.
I would love to table it from now on, but a week or two will do good.
Thank you, Mr. Sue.
We have another request
Yeah,
that
go ahead
does
and
have
hit
to do with
that
Article
right here.
46.
That's fine with you.
Do you want to talk, can we cover that now or do you want me
That's
to
fine,
wait?
go ahead.
Let's,
Okay. This time a year ago, all of the air conditioning units on top of the high school were working. By October, only one was working. There were 6 compressors that were replaced at that time to make sure that they were all working. Within a couple of months, 5 of those compressors didn't work anymore. After working with Duke Power, determined that there are fluctuations in the power sources, in the phases, that are causing extra strain on those units. And it's not just those units, it's all of the units that are there and anything that is 3-phase. So Duke Power recommended that we put phase cleaners on that. And we have contracted with Haynes Air and Heat to do that. At the same time, we need to fix those air HVAC units on top of the gym. All of that is happening right now. It's costing $59,000 by contract. Our board has requested that we release that money, or that you release that money from Article 46 to pay for the phase conditioners and also for the HVAC units on top of the gym.
And that's that magic money that people just give us?
You know, this is Article 46, which comes from the 1/4-cent sales tax that was voted in about 6 or 7 years ago. You don't have to vote on it tonight if you don't want to. It's a request, okay?
This is something that's very necessary.
I believe that it is, yes.
I do too.
I'd like to make a motion to accept this, because this is necessary. I think it's
I
needed.
read it.
So
And the
I make
kids
a
gotta-
motion to,
Kids gotta be cool and gotta have heat.
as hard as it's been this summer, I make a motion that we
I second it.
release this.
Got a motion on the floor, got a second. All in favor, please.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir. Now I'm lost here. Next is, I think it's the signage, but right?
Yeah.
Property management.
So this is a sign easement. Our attorney, Kim, had sent this to me. It is, the grantee is the county from Winchester property. So this is the sign as you're coming down Veterans that says, "Welcome to Bryson City." Essentially, there's no money exchanged or anything. It's just allowing the TDA, who has been maintaining this sign, they will continue to maintain it, upkeep it, keep it clean, cut around it, all that sort of thing. They were the ones that had presented this, and because they cannot have property in their name, that's why our name is on it as the easement. Kim did say that, you know, if we do it and we decide that we don't want to do it in a year or two, it can be withdrawn.
Lottie, is it a train sign coming down? Is that what we're talking
Yeah,
about?
right across from McDonald's.
We turn it over to the TDA, they can put any kind of sign they want.
No, they would leave the sign that's there, that like it has been. They've been like mowing around it and cleaning it. They just want to update it and, you know, clean it up or whatever. I'm sure that you've seen as you've come into town, it's kind of getting overgrown. And without something in agreement, they're not able to do that.
Anybody else got any thoughts, questions?
But Mr. Chairman,
Go ahead.
if they wanted to change the sign, they'd have to bring it to us. If they was gonna put a new one up, big train sign or something
I
like
mean,
that.
we can ask that, absolutely. This is just, I mean, it's just for discussion. So, you know, I can go back and talk with them, because they'll be having a board meeting soon just to say, you know, can we agree that if there's changes to be made to the sign, not just maintenance and upkeep of what's there, can we agree that, you know, like a presentation of what the new one would look like? Absolutely.
As long as we have a say of what kind of sign it is, I'm fine with it.
Like I said, just discussion. So,
Yeah, we'll bring that back up next
Yeah.
week.
and I'll have an answer then as well.
I think that moves us down to. Throw that phone out here. All right, next is county manager.
No, we have it.
Did I miss something? Oh, I did miss it. So we go down to Swain, let's see, the interlocal agreement with the town, and this is about the fire marshal, right?
Yes. So, you know, for years, we've had an agreement where our county fire marshal is doing everything, whether it's within the city limits or not. As we were made aware at our joint meeting, they have, you know, started their own fire ordinance. So they're going to have their own fire marshal within city limits. What this agreement does is allow the county to have our fire marshal inspect and do fire prevention on our buildings that are within city limits. They had a discussion last night about it. They did not make any movement on it, but Mr. Patillo talked as if they don't feel like there's an issue with it. And as you see, this fourth whereas, the county has requested it be authorized to conduct its own building code and fire prevention inspections on county properties and facilities located within the town limits of Bryson City, and the town has no objection to an arrangement. So again, it's just for discussion for you all to look over. And then that way we would be inspecting just our buildings. Their fire marshal would be responsible for everything else within the city limits.
You mean we have two? We have a fire marshal for the city and then the county's hard one too?
So we've always had a fire marshal. And so the city, I believe it's going to be the fire chief will be their fire marshal, but I don't have any thing saying that that's who that person will be. But they chose to take on this fire prevention ordinance where they, you know, labeled a primary district for downtown. They brought it to our joint meeting and talked about it then, and they actually did pass that ordinance. So once they were at the point of passing it, I just wanted it to be that we could do our own inspections.
Well, now, if one of our buildings inside the city limit and we break the fire code to them and our county man passes it, what are we gonna do about that?
There will
Is it
still
gonna
be,
is everything gonna be countywide under the same rules?
yeah, because it's all under the building code and fire. So there was some discussion last night that Charles Bryson, the fire chief, will be working with our fire marshal to make sure that any place that their firefighters need to access within city limits, that they have that ability to do so. So he'll also be coming and looking. He just won't, you know, be able to write any kind of citations or official things, but it'll be a work together type of deal for our buildings as well, just to make sure that they are safe for firefighters.
I don't understand. If it's in the city limits, it looked like it would fall under the fire chief over here instead of back to the county. I don't know. I guess two's good.
Well, in the past, the county, fire marshal has done all the inspections.
Correct.
So basically, the city's gonna do their own,
Yes.
what it boils down to,
Mm-hmm.
other than the county buildings.
Yes.
Anyone else got anything on that?
It's still beyond me how the county buildings inside the city limits not gonna fall under city ordinance. I don't,
It
I
doesn't
just
have
can't
to
wrap my
be. I
mind
mean,
around
we
that.
don't have to agree to it. We can let them do it. That's not, we can say, you know, we don't, it's completely up to you all if you don't want it done this way.
Yeah, either way, it's gonna be looked at.
It's all falling under state regulations.
Yes. So again, just read over it, review it, and we'll bring it back up at the regular session. If we want to say no or yes or whatever, we can do that at that time.
Now, will we have to change anything yearly on this? Or is this going to be a
No,
permanent?
it actually goes through July. So on number 2 on the first page, August the 1st of 25, because
okay.
that's when their ordinance came into effect. July the 31st of 2034.
Okay, good.
So it's.
I just don't
long-term.
have to keep looking at it
Yeah.
every year and saying, hey, we got to change this or change that.
Now, Mr. Chairman, our forest chief in he is also the forest marshal in Bryson City, right?
I'm assuming. I don't have anything that says that that's what he is, but that's what I have been told was that he will be doing the fire marshal for the town.
Anything else? Next will be the county manager's report.
The only thing that I was wanting to discuss was we have board department head comes once a month. So one of the people that we allocate money to that we don't hear from are our special appropriations, or we don't hear from all of them. We do hear for some of them. So I kind of wanted to see what your feeling is if we throw them into the mix on some of these work sessions where, you know, someone from SAFE would be coming and presenting, someone from, because we see here from the library and the school, just so that everyone that we're funding for a service, we're hearing from them and getting some kind of information from them yearly.
I think it'd be great.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
So
That's
we'll
what the
work on setting that up and putting that into rotation with our work sessions, with our department heads. Okay, that's it.
Okay. Next commissioner's report. Start with Paul.
Not all I've got is the work been going on with animal control. We've began concrete around the senior center, getting that fixed up. I talked to some of the folks out at the recycling and where the dump stations are, where people drive between. They're concerned about people coming through there, you know, at a higher rate of speed than they should. I've had a request to put speed brakes to where it slow people down coming in between the compactors. It's a danger to them. Some of the cars come through there so quick that if we put some speed brakes there to slow them down a little bit, it'd be a lot safer for them. Because when they walk from one compactor to the other, you know, and a car darts through there, it is a hazard.
Yeah.
So we might want to look at putting some speed brakes of some sort in there. That's not all I've got.
Mr. Stewart.
Been to soil and water meeting. And things are progressing with soil and water, okay? If you have storm runoff or something that happens that nature, you know, there's help for that. They have a seeder, they have means of putting the webbing out or whatever to help stop erosion. And that's what it's all about. So anyway, if you have needs with that or have broken ground or anything like that, it's important that you get it seeded as quickly as possible. I think most people aren't aware of that. Let's see, trying to think. That's about all I've got. Also, I want to mention the Ag Fair. The Ag Fair is coming up the end of this month, 23rd, 24th, 22nd, 23rd. Yeah, whatever that Friday, Saturday is.
22nd,
I should know what.
22nd,
I
23rd.
22nd,
wrote that down
23rd.
in my notes just then.
I'm sorry, but that's something we need to mention, and it'll be held at the event park, and be a couple of days. I think it's Friday evening, Friday night, and then Saturday all day.
Yeah, 22nd, 23rd.
And anyway, that event's coming up, and look forward to attending that.
Attended a Foursquare meeting a couple weeks ago. If anybody needs any help with weatherization projects, so that is anybody who needs like HVAC help or a new roof or something with a new deck, there's actually been some money that's been allocated to them for Swain County and Clay County. We as a county don't use that money a lot, so it's sitting there. And there's an office over in the courthouse building with Miss Jeannie, and she can help you out with all of that. And it helps people who don't have the funding for that. So that was a new part of something that they didn't know that they were going to receive. The HOP program, which is Healthy Opportunities, which delivers fresh food. Say that 10 times fast. To people. That program is actually going away, unfortunately, as of right now. The state don't have that in their budget, and so it looks like as after September, that whole thing will not be available. And there's multiple groups that use that, not just Foursquare. There's a group out of Swain that uses that too as well, and so that's a big hit. And so we've advocated for that, and they're still not doing anything about that. So that was our two kind of big topics for that program. If you have any questions, please go see Ms. Jeannie or myself. I'm still learning that. That's a big group. They do HUD and all kinds of other things. So, but I'm learning that one. The other one, football and youth football is starting up this Saturday. So they're at Hayesville. I got a lot of kids playing, a lot of girls cheerleading. So looking forward to seeing our little ones play and cheer. It's always a lot of fun. So if you guys get a chance, come out and see them on Saturdays. It's in the evening time now instead of the morning time. So Pee Wee start at 4:00. So it'll probably run until like 9:30 is when the last game will be done. So that's a big thing. I was trying to remember my last thing, but I forget it. I didn't write it down like a knucklehead. But yeah, that's my report for right now.
Well, any informal discussion?
Mr. Chairman, I was contacted by some folks that does like wagon trains. And they was wanting to do one on 4th of July in Swain County. They'd been talking to somebody up here at Heights Creek. It's got the big fields. And they was wondering if maybe Bryson City would let them come through the town, or if the sheriff's department would help with traffic control. So they was talking like 3 or 4 days. And I was hoping one of them would be here to discuss it himself, but he didn't come. But I told him I would bring it up.
When they plan on doing it?
4th of July weekend.
4th of July next year.
Didn't they used to come through here all the
They
time?
did, that's what I was gonna say, yeah.
I believe it would be something good if we could find them a route that wouldn't.
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
Yeah, it used
that's
to be a
one
big
thing Bryson City's not got a lot of different. That's what I told him. Even I said, I doubt you'll be able to parade the train side, but I said, maybe you could come through this side, yeah.
Where all the traffic comes.
Yeah.
As far as slopes.
That will be more happy. Try to work it a good route.
You may know some of them. It's that same bunch from Silva that puts on it. It's Silva, and they do one in Robbinsville too.
Yeah.
And they're wanting to come to here. But it's just something I thought. I think it would be good if we could get it here.
I agree.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it, whoever you talk to, have they talked to the town?
It's no, he was going to. It's them Stillwell twins from up there in Silva.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anything else? Any more informal? Yes.
No.
I got one more thing. Our animal control, did we get any applications for that job?
We got one.
Did we interview them?
Mm-hmm.
And we still not hired nobody for the job?
For the officer, yes, we did hire the only person that applied.
Really? I thought you said you had one more that applied,
No, we just have one single person apply for the officer.
and that was
Her name's Pam Orr. Sorry.
from Robbinsville?
I have no idea.
Just to go.
Grassy
I was gonna say, I don't,
She lives here.
She's gonna be the director or just
no,
the
just the
officer?
officer.
Who's gonna be the director?
Jerry will, because there's not gonna be, nobody's applied for it.
And did we run that job too?
Mhm.
How many times did we run it, Lottie? Just the one time?
No, we run it 2 weeks.
In Smoky Mountain Times?
Mhm.
And nobody even applied?
Just the one application.
Does the rest of his job go with what the commissioners voted on when we voted for the animal shelter, no firearms?
What do you mean, the ordinance?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, once it's up and running, yes,
Be no firearms, who carry no firearms?
unless the ordinance is changed.
Which there's a group of people working on that,
Right,
correct?
you guys had set that group together.
Yeah.
To look at the ordinance. So they will be finishing that up soon, and then they'll be presenting what they've come up with.
And say, nobody put in for that job, I can't believe that.
I did have a couple people call. One gentleman came by, but he
Please.
didn't actually bring his application back, because I talked to him directly and handed him the application, and he never brought it back.
You may have felt like there wasn't no need to, you reckon? But that's all.
Yes. All right, we'll move on from there to public comment. And at this time, we'll move into public comment. And coming up, please state your name, your address. If you have 5 minutes to speak, no more. Please do not make me stop you. Clock, you will be addressing the board as a whole, not anybody in the audience or on the board individually. The board will not make any comments at this time, for this is your time of public comment. No time shall be shared by any individual. You will have your own. And Mr. Dexter Messer. Go. 40 deals.
Hello, Commissioners. My name is Courtney. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to stand here and address y'all today. I like your new desks. Was that paid for with county funding? Out of the money that we don't have? Is those new desks?
Are we answering questions?
No,
What
we're
is
not
the-
answering.
Oh, that's
You're more than
convenient. They don't answer questions, but they're all sitting here with new desks out of the funds that we don't have. Did your friends get raises?
We don't answer questions.
We don't answer questions, but these things are going to come to light. That's okay. So about the animal control officer, we're all curious about that. There's been a lot of rumors in the community about complaints, and yet when I FOIA requested that, there were no complaints on his record. His wife is also the director of HR. We're going to need to get to the bottom of some of the nepotism that sits up here and protects you guys. And I'm making that part of my mission too. By painting those targets on myself, I hope to bring attention to the discrepancies in y'all's character and what y'all do with your jobs and your friends and how you hide things. Okay? The silt fences, everybody keep a good look on Philip's face because he likes to get real smirky and act like he's above everything, but you ain't.
Above anything, I'm a public.
Is it
servant.
that or you don't like women that speak out?
I'm not going
You're
to
talking
argue
to the
with
board
you.
as a whole.
As the board as a whole, the board as a whole, do they not like women that speak out of turn? Is that just disregard for your citizens in general? The citizens are tired of the corruptionness that goes on up here out of y'all. Our kids go in and they play these sports and they work their little tails off every time, like you talk about for their football. And their parents volunteer and they're out there coaching and they're out there paying money to let those kids play those games. Yet they can't get jerseys on time. They can't get proper padding. The parents are going out buying the proper equipment for their kids' safety because the county isn't providing the funding back to the kids making the money. It's a shame that you ran on the promise of a youth center that we ain't seen yet. We don't see you putting money back into the kids. We see money going out the door to cover up corrupt, dirty deeds. And that don't just stop with the sheriff. Those corrupt, dirty deeds go way deeper than that. And the citizens are tired of it. So why don't y'all create the little fund? Why don't you take the fund from all those kids' games, show some good faith to the citizens and set aside a special fund, that fund funds the rec department, that fund funds the youth. That way the money that the kids are making isn't going up to cover up y'all's dirtiness. That would be good. Just a suggestion. Suggestion to the parents, if y'all are listening. A good idea is to make these people realize they work for you. We don't have to comply to what you say. We can pull our kids from those games. We can stop buying concessions from you. We don't have to pay registration fees. We can let our kids play pasture football down at Darnell's. I'm sure they would have a great field day with that. Stop giving money to these corruptness. And we can stand our ground. We have a voice. It's time for us all to start remembering that. But if you pull your money from them, they're forced to put it back where we want it. So that's all I have to say today. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Oh, that too. I think I had 30 seconds left. Thank you, David, for always standing up for the people.
Mr. Edward Mercer.
Hey, Phil. Just a minute. No, I know. Hadn't seen you in a while. So my name is Bob Ferguson.
Mr. Ferguson, you're not on our list.
Well, I came in late. I'm sorry. So,
Mr. Ed.
hey, Cindy. Gosh, I haven't been to one of your meetings
Ed.
in 11 years. All I'm going to say is fix the sound system. Because I'm sitting back there. I couldn't hear any of you. I could hear her. But that's it. So fix the sound system. Thank you.
Mr. Mercer.
A little bit. I got 5 minutes. Go ahead and start the clock. Like I've said before, I voted for every damn one of you. I'm upset with the body language I see from some of you tonight and constantly. It's very indicative of your behavior also. Okay? I don't like the fact that you don't talk to us. That's very upsetting. Okay? You know, you got to understand, it's only been maybe, 4 or 5 weeks ago, went into the tax office and handed them $20,000 for taxes, and I can't get a goddamn answer out of some people. Sometimes when you ask, you sit there and smugly smile and get an attitude. Openness, transparency. Okay? Y'all work for us. Okay? Those back doors are going to end. Okay? Well, all that transparency is going to come forward. It really is. I guess I'll take the rest of my 4 minutes and I'm going to be silent. I'm going to be silent for the victims, the future victims, and the children of this county, okay? And our grandchildren and great-grandchildren, because we seem to be putting them on the back burner for other things, okay? One of the things, you know, my dad was a principal, so I'm very big on education. I'm very big on that $52 million school, okay? And educating our children, okay? but there were things going on. I look at every single one of you, everybody, everywhere, and there's some transparency that needs to happen a little bit. And the body language is, if we were sparring off on a fight, I'd been in a fight with 5 of you already. So the body language tells you a hell of a lot. You know, we understand y'all have some rules, and we do too. Our rules are, we want to be heard, we have answers. You know, we can't address the board individually. Well, yes, we can, okay? I still want to know little things like that damn trailer at Kirkland's Creek on the river, and when is somebody going to do something about it when it falls in? The only 2 things that's holding that trailer up is those 2 trees on the bank behind it. It's holding the roots, they're holding it in that wall. Okay, we're going to wait. And if I'm not sure, correct me though, that because I gave a right of way to the Army Corps of Engineers so they could use my riverfront park to clean up the islands, but what happened there? Was there somebody didn't pick up the ball and they're down headed towards Silva now, or what happened? Why did they stop cleaning up our rivers? Okay, these are our assets. We don't have many here. Natural is our biggest asset, and our children. Okay, and we need to do a few things for both of them. Okay, I'm pretty upset. I'm still want to know, when are we going to find the money for a walking cop? And I don't care if he has 2 badges, city and county, but where we have a walking cop patrolling the island, that drug whore down there, the island park, and all the crap, the ones walking around town. And I'm not going to label them locals or not, but we know who and what we're talking about. The rampant, we have laws against that, okay? We have laws against a lot of things, okay? One of my issues is this. There's a homeless camp on Kirkland's Creek where the old county building was tore down and the foundation's still there. There's a tent down there. The law says, city, county, and state, that is a habitable space and you're allowing it. That means it goes up for bid. I want to bid on the right to use that. Remove them or let me bid on it. That's the law. I want to bid on the use of that land because it's county land. You bought it from Johnny Porter when you bought the corner down there. That was part of it. When do I get the bid on it? When's it going up for bid? That's the law. Okay? These homeless camps, they are habitating our property. I want to bid on that too. You want to start the bid? I've won my bids over in Haywood County. Took 3 lawyers to facilitate it, but I won for $1. The bid starts at $1. Put up the bid for it. If we're going to allow them to use our property, our assets in this county and this city, it goes for bid. DOT state told me that when I wanted to use some DOT property, it goes for bid. Okay? When is it going to go up for bid? That's a very serious. When you talk about how do we solve this homelessness and the shit everywhere, the trash everywhere, the needles everywhere, we can get rid of them because I'll bid against every property. I'm quite sure Mike Drinkwater, I'm quite sure a lot of people will fix it. My 5 minutes is up.
And saying that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
Now, before we adjourn, I need to address something. A little false information was put on social media and some people around the county that I voted for myself a good raise and I got a good raise. Well, that's false.
You didn't vote on your raise. Yes, you didn't vote on your raise.
I didn't get one.
Oh, damn it.
So, it's false information, both of them. I just wanted to share that.
Yes.
I make a motion.
I second that motion.
Look, a motion second, all in favor, please raise your right hand.